Hi, hello, how are you? I'm Amanda of the Amanda Made It podcast, and this is not going to be a regular podcast video. I wanted to have a chat about something. Sorry, I'm winding some yarn while we talk because this is part of what our chat is going to be about. Um, you know, if you've watched any previous videos, then you have heard me mention that I am a stay-at-home mom to a 1-year-old, 14-month-old, really, she's 14 months. You know, people don't get the difference, but there's a difference. And a 5-year-old. The 5-year-old is in preschool. However, there are, with the COVID things, preschool doesn't always happen because they can do distance learning. So my kids are home a lot. The 14-month-old is always home. And a question that I see directed to people oftentimes in the comments of their videos and posts is, how do you knit or crochet or spin with young kids? Oftentimes these people that the questions are directed to are out of that stage of life. Their kids are older. They are just now finding, or they have found their balance now with kids who don't need them as much in terms of like wiping butts and feeding them. That kind of stuff. You can probably hear my younger daughter is on the monitor. She's gone down for her nap, and hopefully she'll actually fall asleep. So there are a few tips that I have found work well for me. Every parenting experience is different, so not all of these tips and tricks are going to work for everybody, and my experience is limited to somebody who does not work outside the home. I do not generate an income in any way monetarily. My job right now is to take care of these kids in this house and raise them with the ideas and morals and things that my husband and I hope to give them. And we're lucky enough that I can do that. And so I do not take that for granted, and I also do understand that that is not the situation for many. So I just want to get that out, put that out there, that this is not in any way intended to be a magic solution for every single experience out there. But if you are a parent who is a maker of some sort with yarn, because that's my only experience, if you sew, or if you I don't know, do English paper piecing or stained glass work or something, I don't know what to tell you. But if you knit, crochet, spin, or dye fiber of some sort, then some of these things may help you. So I'm going to show some footage in the later parts of the video that are going to be collected over several days. So outfits will change. My mood may change depending on what I'm dealing with, because, kids are fun. In a lot of ways they are, but a lot of times it's very challenging. But I'm hoping to help you see how certain things can be applied to our lives as parents and makers. Because it's kind of like a lot of the advice is just take it with you into every room. Okay. Have easy projects. Okay. But what does that really look like? What does that really, really look like? So I'm going to hopefully show you that in the next few minutes. So if you have any thoughts, any other tips and tricks that you want to share, go ahead and put that in the comments below. I would also love if you can like the video, if you found anything useful in it, subscribe, because, if this is something that people are interested in, I may have more information and help to share. And also, share it all that kind of stuff. I don't know. I guess there's a notification bell. I don't know how important that is, but some people think it's important. So I don't know. Do all the things if you want, and if not, that's fine too. And I hope this finds you well. And I'll catch you on the flip side. Talk to you then. Bye. So, while you guys are playing with your Play-Doh and I play with you, but with my voice, I get to do my crocheting and knitting, right? Whoop, shaking the table. What do you think of Mommy's knitting and crocheting and spinning?
It's very cool, and I really like it because you are a fabulous knitter.
Thank you, sweetheart.
You're welcome.
Do you want to learn how to knit and crochet and spin?
Yeah.
Yeah? What do you think you would like about it?
I would like about pooping on yarn.
Oh, boy. All right. So, we are talking about being a maker parent. So, a parent that has creative pursuits that may or may not be part of their income, but it may be part of their self-care, a hobby, something that they really, really like to do. And being a parent with small children is challenging in so many ways. Becoming a parent with small children and still maintaining your relationship with your creative side can be super challenging. There's an energy drain, there can be creative blocks, there can be an emotional drain. Whatever it is that we connect to for our making can be severely impacted by having small children as a parent. One of the ways that I found helpful to deal with that is because I also like to learn new things, and I feel like as a creative person, there's a lot of learning usually that goes in, you know, whether it's actual like technical learning or just learning about yourself and what you like to make. You know, there's different aspects, right? So one of the things that I do is during my daughter's nap time, I set a 15-minute timer and I spin for 15 minutes. And that's like, if I do that first thing, then it gets done every day. Because I am a new spinner. I only started spinning 6 months ago. And as with most makers, like when you start a new thing, you get like super into it and it's just all you want to do, right? But when you have young kids, you don't have that time luxury. Or when you have young kids in a job or, you know, various things that you do. Maybe you don't have young kids. Maybe you're a caregiver for your parents or for somebody else or, you know, whatever. Either way, you have to almost ration your time and you have to be okay with rationing your time. So, you know, one of the tenets of learning to spin is like if you just spend 15 minutes a day at your wheel or with your spindles or whatever, that you will gain more proficiency, right? And you'll get better. And you also just get that daily interaction with your materials and your tools, which is invaluable. Like, you know, 15 minutes a day rather than, you know, an hour and a half once a week is almost, for me, it's more manageable and it's more realistic. And it helps me on a daily basis to feel a connection with one of my crafts that I really, really enjoy. So whatever it may be for you and whenever, like, you know, if you have 15 minutes while your kid is on the potty and that's when you want to do it, go for it. If it's an early morning thing for you or if it's an after they go to bed thing, whatever it is, if you can carve out 15 minutes for something that you love to do that helps you feel better, then you could be in a really good spot. And slowly you can incorporate, you find more pockets of time, really. as kids get older, I mean, my younger daughter is 14 months, and the way that I can craft and the time that I have to make things is vastly different than it was when she was a newborn and still breastfeeding. I could knit while she was breastfeeding. Like, I used a boppy pillow. I am a well endowed woman to begin with, and then with breastfeeding, it just increases my endowment. um, so I could breastfeed hands free, no problem. Um, and so I would knit. I knit my first sweater while I was breastfeeding. um, it also meant I was largely stuck on the couch because she fed all the time, which is not everybody's experience. And I understand that. So that particular bit may not work for you. Whether you're not breastfeeding, if you're bottle feeding, that's much harder. You generally can't bottle feed hands free unless you rig up some sort of contraption. Which, hey, if you manage to do that, that's great. Or if you're a person without breasts that is feeding a baby, that is. There are so many different ways to go about it, so many different options and possibilities. Um, so this is one of my examples of taking a pocket of time and allowing yourself to take that pocket of time and understanding that it is okay for you to take that pocket of time. There's nothing to be guilty about for taking some time for you as a parent to do something you enjoy. Not doing the dishes, not folding laundry. The grocery store is not a break. I mean, it may feel like it, but it's not a break. As a parent and somebody who takes care of other people, you are pretty much 24/7 in charge of things for them. And that's just your mental work. Like, it's not even the physical work that you do, it's your mental work. So no, grocery shopping for an entire family is not a break. But with that being said, if you can set a timer for 15 minutes, knit a few stitches, rows, crochet a few stitches or rows or rounds, spin for a bit, sit quietly, read a book, whatever it may be that helps fuel your creativity and your passion for your craft, do it for 15 minutes if you can. Or 10 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever your time allowance may be. Allow yourself to have that. Okay? Good luck.